Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup. No, no, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup. No, no, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup. No, no, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup. No, no, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup. No, no, it's a setup. Trailer, there's a mo, it's a beast.
Shut the fuck up! Fucker! Move!
Bad luck, I guess.
There was a girl I knew. She said she cared about me. She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold. There's a long, long road. Yeah, there's a long, there were so many times I would wake up and lose. Yeah, with my head spinning round, I would wait for the moon. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold and give her one more chance to try to save my soul.
Never has there been an opening like this in the entertainment industry. This week, Grand Theft Auto 5 pulled in $1 billion in sales in 3 days. No movie or music release has ever come close to that.
Yeah, it was hard to give up. Some things are hard to let go. Some things are never enough. I guess I only can hope. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold and give her one more chance to try and save my soul. There's a long, long road. Yeah, there's a long, long road. Yeah, we were desperate. There's a long, long to have each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home, we hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. It's world-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life back at it yet again. The normies have departed. The fake GTA 6 fans have come and gone, and now we're back to where we were before the 27 theory came to light. And that is, we are back with very low numbers, and we are back with very low energy, and that's just how it is until Rockstar pulls the curtain back. What you want me to do? So we are going to continue to talk about this as we come into 2025, and we certainly hope that GTA 6 is the talk of the town yet again as we approach January of 2025. But right now, again, Rockstar has made a statement this year, believe it or not. And they have said that they are not ready or willing to pull the curtain back on GTA 6 in 2024. That was made very clear as we have gone an entire year, and they have absolutely nothing to show for. We need you guys to start locking in, folks. This is the biggest entity in all of Vidya, and I'm going to show you the reality of the situation as we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We had over how many thousand viewers on the GTA 6 27 stream? We had a lot of people in there. And so did everyone else. This is the biggest entity in all of video. I can tell you that right now. Now, again, we're going back into the quiet kind of downtime here as the hype has deflated, totally deflated. The 27 theory wasn't correct, which is unfortunate because it would have been nice to have some information surrounding this game as we head into the year that it's supposed to release. But right now, a lot of people are starting to get really skeptical of the 2025 release date, the fall 2025 release date, and quite frankly, as they should. Rockstar is not pulling the curtain back. In my opinion, that is a red flag on why they're not pulling the curtain back. Because we have been told that this game is still on track for fall 2025, yet Rockstar has nothing to show for. And I understand Rockstar is going to show when they're ready. But with that said, when is that time and place going to be? Absolutely no one knows. And it's incredibly sad, actually, when you take a look at it, because this is the biggest entity in all of video. And if they do delay the game, and we need to make this very clear, if they do delay the game, it is going to set the expectations higher, so it's potentially going to put this game in between a harder place than it's already in, a rock and a hard place, and it just doesn't need to be in that position. So if they do delay the game, if they have to undoubtedly just delay the game to 2026, it's what we love to see. Decepticon Beats is in the building, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Popping the cherry, that's what we love.
Decepticon Beats has just tipped €11 through Super Chat. It's over when World Class says it's over.
Decepticon Beats is in the building, and he's coming through. He's coming through in a way that makes sense. Is what we love to see. Hard and strong right there. Big support coming through, plowing hard with that $10 Super Chat. Decepticon Beats is in the building here today. We are approaching 2025 in just a few days, and that will officially say that Rockstar has nothing to show for in 2024. They've gone and come. 2024, absolutely no updates on the biggest entity in all of video. 2025, they will have to talk about this game at some point. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be early 2025, but at a certain point, they will have to step back and update us on GTA 6 as it continues to approach the fall 2025 release window. And Decepticon Beats, he has his thinking cap on. He's a smart man. He's working hard for his money, and we appreciate that. Decepticon Beats is in here. He's coming through. He's a DJ in New York, isn't he? I don't know. Decepticon Beats is coming through. That's what we love to see. Is DJing still a thing or no? I don't know. Decepticon Beats is plowing through hard and strong with the 10. We love to see it. Let's get this wide open in here. IAD is coming through the pipeline. You love to see it. Let's get you guys locked in here. 200 viewers. We only have 68 likes. We need see the normies have come and gone. That's the problem. The normies have come and gone. They can't handle it. We're back to where we were before this whole 27 theory came to light. IAD's coming through as well too.
Chatted $5. We know the 27 theory was false, but do you think it was a purposeful troll or just finding patterns where none exist?
Well, there's a theory on top of the 27 theory that the theory at one point was true and that Rockstar was going to pull the curtain back, but because of the way things went down, maybe they didn't necessarily do so. Now, obviously, look, I already said this realistically. Trailer 2 can't exist until they know when the game is for sure coming out, and that's why it's not out. That's why Trailer 2 doesn't exist, because quite frankly, Rockstar would have to confirm it themselves on when this game is truly coming out. And if they don't know, they're not putting Trailer 2 out. You put Trailer 2 out, you're going to have to reassure potential customers on when this game is coming. If they are not confident in fall 2025, does it make much sense for them to put out a trailer in early 2025 to then delay it later on in the year? So Trailer 2 won't come out until Rockstar is confident in ensuring that they can hit that date. And presumably, who set that date? Did Take-Two step in and set the fall 2025 date, or did Rockstar themselves have complete, total control on when they think that this is coming out? Because we know they no longer believe in crunch, and that's a big issue. But Trailer 2 doesn't exist for one reason and one reason only, because Rockstar is not confident in this game coming out in fall of 2025. If they were, we would have gotten an update. And if the game were further along, then these incels would have you believe, because they think they know Rockstar Games in and out, right? They think they work at the fucking studio. But, you know, if this game were further along than it seemingly is, then we would have already had Trailer 2. There's no reason to skip 2024 unless some hurdles popped up along the way in development process, and that's exactly what happened. There's no doubt about it in my mind. It's not a matter of marketing. It's not a matter of any of that. It's a matter of they don't know when this game is going to be ready to deploy to the masses. It's as simple as that. And that's why, as such, they can't make Trailer 2, because Trailer 2, the outro, would have to show the logo again and reconfirm that release window in a more specific manner. If Rockstar isn't going to budge on that, there isn't going to be Trailer 2. That's why Trailer 2 doesn't exist. So it is going to take time, and that's not what people want to hear. But as time goes on and as we're into 2025, I would say late January of 2025, if they still have nothing to show for, I think it's a safe bet to call it and say, you know what, this game ain't coming out until 2026. And at that point, you're putting yourself in another rock and in between a rock and a hard place, again, on top of where they're already at, right? We've already waited 12, 13 years for this game. If they push it back to 2026, the expectations continue to build for Grand Theft Auto 6 in ways that, no matter how great the game might very well be, it's just not going to meet those expectations, and as such, people will be disappointed in certain aspects. So it is best that they do get the game out in 2025 when they originally stated, so that way they don't have to run into those potential issues. But you have to understand that GTA Online is their cash cow. GTA Online is the service that they're going to milk for the next 15 years. They have to ensure that they built a foundation that's very strong for that enables success for the next 15 or so years on that new GTA Online 2.0 or whatever they end up calling it. So you have to understand that they're obviously developing that alongside the campaign, and which is going to take priority. The multi-billion-dollar project, the online aspect of the game, or the campaign that people play once or twice and then they make YouTube videos about it, right? I mean, the online is obviously going to get the focus. That doesn't mean that the campaign is going to be on the back burner. I think the campaign will be probably fairly strong in its own right. It could be shorter. We obviously don't know. We're obviously surmising. But with that said, it's pretty obvious on what the direction is going to be for this game, more so than ever before, because they didn't obviously expect, and that was confirmed by Take-Two, they didn't obviously expect that this game, GTA Online, was going to be the supermassive success that it turned out to be, and that it has taken Take-Two and Rockstar all the way into 2024. I mean, you really have to think about how crazy this whole thing is. GTA 5 is a 2013 video game, and you look at the best cell phone that money can buy in 2013, and it's this fucking small. Obama was president. I mean, this is crazy. 2013 was a long fucking time ago. How this game is still not out is honestly mind-blowing when you really just sit back and look and ask yourself, what in the blue hell is going on? If you look at the release schedule and the release timeline for Rockstar Games from 2001 to 2013, they put out games left and fucking right? You got big classics that came out. I don't understand. I really don't understand. What has changed? Something must have catastrophically changed in the way video games are made, because I'm not a game dev, I wouldn't know. But seemingly that's what happened. Because how can you put out all of these games from 2001 to 2013? You got all of these games, all of these new IPs, all of these classic GTA games, and now we don't get any games. We get online updates, and that's it. No trailer they can't even render a trailer. What the fuck? How can we sit here and have confidence in this game? These investors on that next Take-Two investor call need to start asking and start barking and really getting down to the nitty-gritty on what the fuck's going on with this game, because at some point they're just going to have to announce a delay, because it's seemingly looking like that is going to be the case. Now, you have a lot of people in here that think, well, there's not going to be a delay, Michael. I disagree. I think this game is more than likely going to get delayed, and I know that's not what people want to hear, but I think this game will very likely get delayed. They've had absolutely nothing to show for in 2024, and that's not a great sign. You can sit there and spin that and say, well, it is a great sign because Rockstar is committed to making this the best it can possibly be. How could that be the case when they have nothing to show for? They got no screenshots even. I mean, screw trailer too. That's asking for a lot, right? Okay, how about some screenshots, right? Oh, no, you ain't getting those either. So the game doesn't exist. I mean, I'm starting to believe that it just really doesn't exist, or that something happened in the development process where they had to go back and rework a lot of the aspects of the game or something like that. Something happened here, or maybe the team wanted to go crazier and they added in some ambitious thing. It just doesn't make sense why Trailer 2 and why, more specifically, Rockstar Games skipped 2024. They've never done that in the history of the company. This is very crazy. That's what I need you to understand. No, it's not like this is a typical thing from Rockstar Games. Sure, they can be silent for months on end, But with that said, if you look at the previous timelines, they've never been this quiet before surrounding their biggest title. And I understand that they probably know, hopefully, that they are, they have a billion-dollar game, multi-billion-dollar game on their hands. They have to ensure that it's the best they can possibly be when it releases. That way it doesn't get terrible scores on Metacritic. But with that said, at a certain point, the game has to ship. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable, I'll tell you that. But, in the meantime, you can go play Watch Dogs 2. That's probably going to be better than GTA 6. I still don't think that that GTA 6, and we could tell from the trailer, I still don't think that GTA 6 is going to be on the level of Watch Dogs 2. And I don't mean in terms of the complexity or depth. I mean in terms of the believability of Vice City and that. There's too many NPCs standing around in the GTA 6 trailer 1. Hopefully they have fixed that, because that has been a problem with Rockstar Games. Even Red Dead Redemption 2, there's a lot of NPCs that stand around and they just sit there and they don't do anything. Molly's coming through. She's coming through so hard in a way that makes sense. We love
Molly's
to see
like
it.
a super chatted $4.99. Michael greater than GTA 6.
That's what we're talking about. Molly is greater than GTA 6. She's coming through so hard and so strong. An absolute legend. Molly is coming through. She's plowing through hard and strong. And in a way that makes sense. Is it snowing out here? Hopefully it starts snowing out here, because it's getting hot out here, I'll tell you that. Molly is in the building. She's coming through. She's coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's get some dubs up in the motherfucking chat. As the three amigos have assembled, we have Decepticon Beats. He's a DJ from New York, I believe. I might be making that up. I'm not sure. I thought he was a DJ. Nonetheless, Decepticon Beats coming through in a way that makes sense. IAD. And now Molly is in the building. She's coming through. She's coming through so strongly that I can tell you. We need you guys to start getting locked in here. We got 257 viewers. Keep hitting that like button. We got to get to 100 likes at least. This is ridiculous. There's 257 viewers in here, and we don't even have 100 likes. I mean, jeez. You know what I mean? Let's get with the program, folks. We know that the hype is kind of deflated here for the 27 theory, and there was a lot of eyeballs on that. A lot of people were thinking that that was going to be that time and place where Rockstar was going to pull the curtain back. I thought there was probably a 50-50 chance. We were hoping that it was really going to pull through for Rockstar Games, the time and place where they at least tease it in a way that makes sense, or some screenshots or a delay announcement. Something is better than nothing at this point on why this game is nowhere to be found. There's going to be a massive story that comes out surrounding the development of this game. And something has had to have happened in the development process for this game. The trailer 1 looked, somewhat on track, right? It looks somewhat complete, and the graphics were really good. Okay, the game looks like it's finished, right? I mean, sure, in that little vertical slice they showed us, but we've gone a whole year, and they have nothing to show for. Name one other game where Rockstar has done that, and I'll sit out here and I'll wait. And the thing is we'll be waiting for hours and hours and hours and hours and on end, because Rockstar's never done this before. They've never gone quiet for an entire year. Even when Red Dead 2 got delayed, they announced the delay. They gave us screenshots. That's what we got. We got screenshots when Red Dead 2 got delayed. We're not getting anything in 2024. Now, I have to ask you guys this. Why do you guys think that that's going to change in 2025? If Rockstar has no rush and they're waiting until the year the game releases, let's just think about a movie for a second. Let's think about a big movie. What's a big movie that's coming out next year? Does it have a trailer already? I don't watch movies, so I couldn't tell you what's coming out next year. There's some big movies probably coming out next year that are really hyped and anticipated. Oh, the Minecraft movie, right? The Minecraft movie comes out next year, right? Okay, the Minecraft movie has a trailer. So you could argue, why do they need to, Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time. Why does the movie need a trailer, right? It's got Jack Black, it's got all these stars in it. Why do they need to advertise any of that, right? Oh, no, they do. And that's the problem with this game, is that they do need to advertise this game. There's a lot of people on the internet that think that they know what they're talking about, but they don't know what they're talking about. We could do a survey and ask people that aren't necessarily in the gaming bubble, and I guarantee you a lot of people don't even know that GTA 6 has a trailer. And I know that's hard to believe, and even if they do, they probably forgot, because it's been so long, or it wasn't that memorable to begin with. You know what I mean? We need you guys to start locking in, folks. Jesus. We need you guys to start locking in here in a way that makes sense. You can look at my reaction to the holiday sale from Rockstar Games, and man, the way It's really crazy if you go and watch it and you really look. The church bells were going off in the background. It was raining outside. The trailer song just concluded at the right time that we refreshed it. I mean, just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So make sure you go watch that reaction. It's on youtube.com/MichaelDoesLife, and you can see the short. And what the fuck? It's already out, by the way. You're saying Minecraft because Minecraft. Okay, we're not going to get into it. You guys are not listening in here, and it's so sad. There's the likelihood of this game releasing in 2025 has dropped to an all-time low. And if you don't agree, well, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, my God. We need you guys to start locking in. Let's go. Oh, what the hell is that on there? George Romero's Resident Evil will be released next month. What the hell does that mean? What are they going to do? Make the movie? What the fuck? We need you guys to lock in here. I know the hype has deflated, but now we're back to where we were before the 27 theory. The 27 theory had all the normies hyped up. You know, these normies, they don't follow the gaming bubble. They can't be bothered to talk about the game. They can't be bothered to speculate on the game. They need that big moment, and they were in here for that big moment. The normies were crawling in here, and they were, you know, just they couldn't handle it. Let's just put it that way. They couldn't handle it, and that was not the time and place where Rockstar was going to pull the curtain back. So you tell me when Rockstar is going to pull the curtain back and make this make sense. Because at this point, it's not starting to make sense. It's starting to make very little sense, and it's starting to get very concerning for GTA 6, and it's starting to really just, you can't help but wonder. It's like, well, again, if this game does get pushed back, let's go with that. Let's assume that, look at that, Fast and the Furious, holy shit. Let's see if the game gets delayed to 2026, and if it does, now the expectation of the game rises by 10%, right? Like motherfucking ass, if you can't go into every interior in this game, and the game releases in 2026, the game's a disappointment. So now you have to just basically use that extra time to start building upon what they already have to make the game even better. If they do have to push it back to 2026, the expectations are going to increase. The hype is going to get even bigger. Sure, they'll make more money because the install base for PS5 and Series X and Series S will be even higher than they are now as they wait until the late end of the life cycle of those consoles. But you have to understand the PS5 Pro as well. But you have to understand that if they do push the game back to 2026, the expectations go up dramatically. And we don't know if the current Rockstar Games can fulfill or even exceed those expectations. And in my opinion, they're going to have to do that if especially they push the game back to 2026 because they've already waited so long on this game. It's ridiculous. The last game that came out is a PS3 and 360 game. We're 2 or 3 generations ahead from that now. It was 2013 when GTA 5 came out. They haven't put out a mainline title since then. That is utterly ridiculous and really just like, what in the hell would you really start thinking about that? And I understand that GTA Online took all of their time and money and resources, and you know they focused on that. But you have to blame the consumer. You have to blame the consumer. The player decided this is what we want to play and this is what we want to spend our time and money on. Rockstar didn't say. They gave you the foundation, and the players came in and they built the house, and they said, oh, we love this house, let's build another one. So you can't blame Rockstar Games. You can't blame Take-Two for canceling the GTA 5 single-player DLC because no one cared. and the player count shows. And the revenue that GTA 6 generates, GTA 5 generates shows that the online is a massive success, and that's where Take-Two and Rockstar decided to follow. They didn't think it was going to be this mass. There's no way. At this point, we should be GTA 7. We should be at GTA 7 by now if the online wasn't successful. Let's go, folks. We need you guys to lock in. Deathside at 666 is locked in here, and he's been a member for 34 fucking months. That's what we love to see. Let's get some dubs up in the chat. 34-month membership. Deathside at 666 is coming through. We love to see it. Coming through in a way that makes sense. I believe he renewed the membership there. And that's what we love to see. Deathside at 666 coming through. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at it. You guys need to start getting locked in here. We're going to come over here. We're going to take a look at the trailer that you can't get enough of. Let's get this up on the screen. Bad luck, I guess. Why is this game not out? Where is trailer 2? Deathside at 666 is in the motherfucking building.
Hate us, the game is so sad, saddest it's ever been and always will be. People wrestling, Chinese for acquisition.
It's what we love to see. Deathside at 666 coming through. Remember, for 34 months he's in the building. He's plowing through. The 4 horsemen have assembled, and they have assembled here today in a way that makes sense. Deathside at 666 is coming through. Why does the gaming industry hate us? The gamers so sad, saddest it's ever been and always will be. It's what we love to hear and what we love to see. Deathside at 666 is coming through. And in a way that makes sense. And take a look at this right here.
Well, look who's back.
Woo! The only way.
We're going to get through this.
You got to have trust in Rockstar Games, I guess. That's what this trailer's saying. It was the hidden message all along, homie. Trailer 2, by the way. This is vaporware, homie.
Trust.
Fall 20, what does it say? Coming in 2025, by the way. Yeah, trailer 2. Oh my God. Unbelievable. What did we take away from that trailer viewing experience? Not much. You know, when you really put that into perspective, and honestly, this is going to piss some people off, but that's okay because we need people getting mad in here, otherwise they have nothing to say. But I will tell you this. When you really look at the gap that we waited for that trailer even, pretty terrible trailer. Like I'm not going to lie. Like, it does its job. It's a hype trailer. I get that. But you got to understand we waited how many years for that trailer? From 2011 to 2023, let's do that math. That's like 8 years. I mean, come on, folks. We waited so many years for that trailer, and that's what they have to show for? And you can't really look at anything in that trailer. The only thing you can see, Oscar's coming through. This is what we love to see. Let's get you guys locked in here.
Oscar super chatted $4.99. It's true, it's damn true. And that's the bottom line because Michael said so.
That's what we're talking about. Oscar's in the building. He's coming through. He's coming through in a way that makes sense. Well, we're going to continue our coverage, especially as we head into 2025. Maybe Rockstar is waiting. We don't know their plan, right? People can surmise on what their plan might be, and they can guess, and they can sit there and say it's happening. They can sit there and say it's not happening. But truly no one knows except Rockstar Games, of course. And maybe their plan is early January. So we're gonna keep it locked in here to GTA 6. Probably all the way up until I would say the next Take-Two investor call. If nothing changes, I mean, it's just throw out the delay announcement and be done with it. Because honestly, there's just no point. Like, this is a game, and at that point, you'll deflate all hype, right? If they come out of the woodwork and delay this game, whatever hype they have left, which isn't much, But whatever hype they have, and I'm not saying the hype isn't there, it's there, but it's just definitely on the back burner. People cannot talk about this game until they have more content fed into their veins. I can tell you right now how this game's going to play out because I played Red Dead 2. It's going to be quite similar to that. Anyone with their brain can figure that out. But it has to be, in my opinion, leaps and bounds better than Red Dead Redemption 2 because even that time gap has been, 6-7 years since Red Dead 2 now? So it can't be on that level and just be done with it. It has to be more than that even. So that's the problem with this game is that they've waited so long to pull the curtain back. They finally showed us the game December of 2023. They said this motherfucking thing exists, and here it is, and it's coming in 2025. Well, now we're in 2025. We haven't gotten a single update since then, and it's starting to look utterly ridiculous and, quite frankly, very sad at this point. I'll tell you that. So, Oscars coming through. That's what we love to see. Let's get you guys figured out up in here. If the game were ready to go, they would show it by now. Cyberpunk had multiple delays. Red Dead 2 had multiple delays. GTA 5 had multiple delays. GTA 4 had multiple delays. I mean, but you would have thought that they would have figured this one out and thought, well, if we're going to put out trailer 1, let's already have that delay taken care of before we put trailer 1 out. Now, obviously, things change. I just don't understand how you can't put out a screenshot, and I guess if they have nothing to say. So really what they confirmed by saying nothing, and this is what I said on the anniversary of trailer 1, I said this was the time and place where they at least could have acknowledged the fans and said, it broke records. It's in the Guinness World Record book for the fastest viewing gaming trailer or some bullshit like that. But they had nothing to show for. And I guess if, Rockstar's mentality must be that if they have nothing to show for, then it's best to not talk. And I think that's the problem. I think they have nothing to show for, which tells me that this game isn't coming out until 2026, more than likely at this point. I mean, if we're still having this conversation in February of 2025, just shut it down. Right, there ain't no damn way this game's coming out. And I'll start banning people that sit there and are still on board with this 2025 bullshit because it's just like, this is a spit in the face. It's an insult to my intelligence. Rockstar Games need to come out of the woodwork and delay this motherfucker. And that way everyone's just satisfied, and then they can go complain about Ass Creed Shadows or whenever the hell that game comes out or whatever the next big thing is to talk about, right? Everyone needs these little talking points because that's how these humans are, right? They're so fickle. Like, they just need their big, topical fucking topic to just kind of flap gums on, and then they move on to the next. It's like some dopamine hit or something. I'm sure some scientist has figured it out. But we have been out here covering this game all of the whole fucking year, periodically here and there. And it's been very hard to discuss this game. It's been very hard to talk about this game. The 27 theory was the most exciting thing. We didn't believe the moon theory. We didn't believe any of that bullshit. I was always locked into the anniversary date. I thought that was going to have some significance. Obviously, I was wrong on that. And then we got on board with the 27 theory because it looked interesting to say the least. It came from those two devs, the mission designers. They were obviously just fucking around and probably laughing all throughout the holiday, which is great. But they should be working on the game. They shouldn't have holidays, okay? These devs need to be working through Christmas. They need to be working through New Year's. It's fucking inexcusable that they're not at the factory and they're not putting in the fucking work. I'm out here doing the work. We're not taking breaks. Fuck that bullshit. Why you're working on the biggest entity, the biggest... you don't understand. This game kind of changes the world. I don't know how to fucking describe that to you, but when you're working on something that insane and we're not doing Christmas. We're not doing New Year's. If I were the boss, they'd be working, as much as possible. This whole woke fucking culture where they go into the office and just sit around and play fucking tennis in their pajamas ain't getting shit done, right? They're still mad that Trump won. I know that's a big topic over at Rockstar Games. They just can't handle that bullshit. So now they're in a frenzy on what to fucking do. And I'm not even trolling in that regard. We just read the quote a couple of days ago, and they said they wouldn't know how to put out GTA under Trump's presidency, essentially, is what they were implying. Or flat out saying. So, well, now that time has come. Trump is president again, and the do-nothing woke libtards can't handle it. So as such, I guess they don't want to make the game. I guess it's punishment. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me. Well, you know, they were complaining about working from home and having to go back to the office. That's crazy to me. Right? That's insanity to me. It's crazy. I could see if this were just another game, it's just like, okay, whatever. But when you're working on something that is as big as this game, because I don't think the devs are really in that headspace. I don't think they can see it because they're not outside of the bubble. But when they're working on something as huge as this, that's going to smash records in terms of entertainment and just pop culture in general, and just really, like, people's lives are going to change when this game comes out. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, and you know that sounds crazy, but it's like, well, there's going to be new content creators, that new streamers, this is going to be basically, it's going to be life-changing for some people. This is going to be a life-changing game for some people. I'm not even trolling. This is going to be a life-changing game for a lot of people. And when the devs want to sit there and argue about American politics, which they're not even from America, I don't understand. It just makes no sense. They don't want to, go back to the office. They were complaining about that, or at least a few of the devs were complaining about that. Why are they complaining about that? They got to get this game to the finish line. They had the deadline set for when Trailer 1 came out. They had the damn deadline set, and maybe the devs didn't even know. Maybe that's the case, because I'm assuming they're tight-lipped. And if you're just like an artist on the game or some shit like that, you're obviously not privy to half of that shit, more than likely. I mean, I don't know how it works, but maybe the devs found out then when Rockstar wanted to release the game, because maybe they didn't even fucking know. Maybe they're just working on the game, and maybe they found out through Trailer 1 as well, and now they're just, they're coming to the realization that, holy shit, we have to sprint every fucking day to get this game out. Well, that's what it takes. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the top-rated video games of all time, one of the best-selling, top 10 or top 15 best-selling video games of all time. It's definitely the top 10. And that game was made under extreme pressure, under extreme crunch, and it shows. The quality of the game shows, but in my opinion, I think, well, let's not get into my opinion on the game, but regardless, the normies love that game, and that's great. And I'm not saying it's a terrible game, but I have problems with it. But I will say this. That game was made under heavy pressure. That game was made under crunch. The devs busted their ass. You can go read all about it. And now Rockstar is a totally different company. They don't believe in crunch. The frat boy culture is gone. So it's very clean and sterile and no jokes allowed. And, yeah, it's going to show in the final product. When the office mentality changes, it's going to show in the final product. It definitely will. And some will say it's changed for the better, and some will say that it's no longer GTA. And that's going to be the conversation in about a year and a half from now, 2 years from now, 2.5 years from now, is that it's all going to be totally different. And some people are going to be on board with the changes. They're going to be on board with the censorship. They're going to be on board with all of that crap. And other fans will say, no, we're hardcore GTA fans. This is no longer GTA. It's only GTA by name. And it's more of an action-adventure, whatever the fuck they're doing with this game, right? Because, you can't really make GTA in this climate. They've kind of already said that. They literally said that. That's what Dan Houser said in 2018. He didn't know how to, it's like, how do you put it out in this climate under you just can't really do that. So you can't make the same game that they used to. That's essentially what they're saying. And it's like, well, this is going to have it's going to have the big beats, but everything in between will probably be not there. So, and they've already been censoring their games since 2013. No one wants to talk about that. That's just a taboo topic because Rockstar gets the big pass. Let's just pass Rockstar on everything. Let's go back and look at trailers for GTA 5. Let's go back and look at trailers for Red. I even called out the Red Dead 2 downgrade in 2016. The fuck? I saw trailer 1 for Red Dead Redemption 2, and then they put out a screenshot for Red Dead 2, and I noticed that it wasn't as detailed as what was going on in that trailer 1. So again, they get a pass. Ubisoft doesn't. I don't understand. If it just doesn't make sense to me. So I even saw the Red Dead Redemption 2 downgrades back in 2016. You can go and watch that video right here on the channel. And they couldn't, it's not a downgrade, it's just the time of day. These losers thought the game was so detailed that the fucking guy comes out and picks up the shit and puts it back in the store. Like, motherfucking ass, that ain't happening. When you go into the stores in Red Dead 2, everyone just stands around. I mean, it's just, there's just no detail in the game. So if you're going to deliver that experience 7 years later in GTA 6, it's a fucking 0 out of 10. I'm sorry, but it's a 0 out of 10. These NPCs need to be on mini schedules within the player radius, and that's what it has to be. And they can go fuck off if they don't have that in the game. Deadass. We're not waiting for this game for it to just be, well, good graphics and emotional story. That's not a game, that's a movie. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Just go make a movie. We don't need to see these wannabe actors put on their fucking spandex and do some little voice acting. Just go make a movie. And it'll be respected, and video games aren't. That's just the way it is. We're not going to get into that conversation. But it's just, the fact of the matter is that this game, GTA 6, is going to have to be light years ahead of Red Dead 2, light years ahead of anything that they've ever done before, light years ahead of the entire industry. And it will, in terms of emotional storytelling and acting and graphics, I think in those regards it will definitely hit the home run. I don't think they will fuck any of that up. Will it be woke? Absolutely. The Trailer 1 is woke as hell. I've never seen anything more woke than Trailer 1 in my life. Trailer 2 will be even more woke than that, and you guys will bitch and whine and complain, but that's just the way it is, and you're just going to have to accept it. But to me, that's not really an issue. We already knew that the censorship was already in place since 2013, and it's not a joke. You can go look it up, and you can go see for yourself. You can go play GTA 4, and you can compare it to GTA 5, and there is censorship in GTA 5. There's also censorship in Red Dead Redemption 2 compared to Red Dead Redemption 1. Red Dead Redemption 1, when you go into interiors, the gameplay design does not change at all. The mechanics do not change at all. There was no need to change any of that. And for some reason, Rockstar decided to bend the knee and censor their games, and you guys are just applauding them for doing that. So you guys love censorship. You're very woke. It's very apparent to me that you can't handle it. And then these losers sit there and say Jack Thompson was wrong when you're literally like fighting for the same thing that he was talking about. Because if the game graphics ever get too realistic, you'll have these idiots come out of the woodwork and say, oh, that doesn't need to release. It's too realistic and it's too violent. These are the same people that are acting like they're not for, that they're fighting against the censorship, and they're saying that video games are not the cause of violence and all of this stuff. So they're very fake. They flip-flop, and it's just a sad situation, I'll tell you that. How is the trailer woke? I'm not going to explain it, but you can go do your research on it, okay? I mean, I'm not... if we could explain it, we would, but we can't explain it in a way that makes sense. But it's woke. Let's just say that. It's very woke, and I'm not going to explain it further than that. And you don't have to agree. You'll fight it. I don't care. I really don't care. But when this game does come out and they have all of these scenes censored and, the beach, let's just go to that real quick. Let's go to the beach scene because this is not realistic. This is not going to be in the game. This is worse than Ubisoft. I can tell you that right now. And if you guys think that, I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll just wait until the game comes out. We're switching back over, and I need you guys to start locking in here. Where's the support today? Nowhere to be found. We got 4 people coming through, and that's it. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hell, we can't afford the game at this point. They might as well push it back to 2026. Where's this beach scene at? We've already passed it. Okay, right up in here. The beach scene is going to make its appearance, and they've already shot themselves in the foot with this because they're going to have to really come through in a way that makes sense. And there's just no way that the beach is going to look like that. That is totally fake. You could come back to this when the game does release, and you'll see a before and after, and you'll see that it's not going to look anything like this. And you're going to hear these excuses. You're going to hear these excuses left and right. Oh, it's a different time of day. The NPCs don't come out during this specific time of day. So there's just going to be a ton of excuses on why this doesn't look like this in the final product. And I will say this, even if they somehow manage to fulfill this, right? Even if they somehow manage to fulfill this, and it is like this in the final game, what I'm looking at here is quantity over quality, okay? What I'm looking at here is quantity over quality. There's too much standing around, okay? Especially if we come over here and we zoom in. We got NPCs just standing around By the way, no NPCs are swimming, right? Now, granted, the game isn't out, but that's already something that I've noticed. There's no NPCs swimming, and you have idiots in here defending and say, well, there's sharks. Everyone's afraid of sharks. Oh, come on, bud. We should be seeing people on surfboards. We should be seeing people swimming. We're not seeing any of that. Everyone's just standing around. So if what they've accomplished is more NPCs just standing around, even if they somehow fulfill all of the NPCs on the screen in the final product, the game is trash. Because you didn't sell the believability of the beach scene, right? You have to sell me the believability, right? These guys over here by the cooler, that needs to be a thing, right? They need to have their own thing and their own little bubble and their own little kind of routine, right? Now, this is going to be like Red Dead 2 in the sense that you're going to be able to talk to everyone, and we're hoping that that's expanded upon too. We're hoping that that's expanded upon too, because I'll tell you what, if it's as shallow as it is in Red Dead 2, that's going to be disappointing because there's only, and really they've had the same system since GTA 5. They've had the same system since GTA 5. In GTA 5, you can press right on the right bumper, and the game will automatically just say something. You don't get to choose, but it's basically essentially the same system. They just reworked it a little bit with the user interface and made it a little bit more user friendly. But there's too much standing around here. That's what we're talking about. The Brick Boys coming through. We need you guys to start locking in.
The Brick Boy 103 super chatted $4.99. Trailer the 2nd of December 27th, 2025. Rockstar is gonna knock our socks off.
Could you imagine? Trailer to December 27th, 2025, by the way. They can keep their game. Like no one wants the game at that point. Like, no one wants the game at that point, I'll tell you that. When you have all the Brick Boys in the building, that's what we love to see coming through here. When you have all of these NPCs just standing around, I don't know what there is to get excited for here. Now, I guess what they're showing off here is this is how many NPCs they can be on the screen at one point in time, and they're kind of doing different activities. But is it really that insane? Because really what you have here is kind of a highway. These are the NPCs that move in the middle, and then on the sides we kind of have static and stationary NPCs that kind of go through probably a cycle loop animation sequence. So nothing really moves on the screen. On the sides all that much. There's obviously animations, idle animations, and things like that from what we can tell. And in the middle is going to be the moving zone where people kind of walk. But what are we doing here, right? And if this game if the final product doesn't look like this, then I don't know what to tell you guys, but it's going to be a sad situation. It's going to be a sad situation. Completely lifeless NPCs looping the same animation. And if that's how they have to do it, if these NPCs can't be on schedules, if they can't, then they should go the Watch Dogs 2 way and have the NPCs on realistic animations that sell the believability of the environment. Because in Watch Dogs 2, the NPCs are not on schedules. That's the problem with the game, is that, well, they could have taken that system and evolved it upon it further, but they didn't do that. With that said, though, the reason why that game works better than this scene alone, go to the beach in Watch Dogs 2. Now, there's way less NPCs, so the beach is going to seem a little bit more dead. However, when you start walking through it, since they have all these different unique animations playing out, it's really selling it nicely. It's really selling it nicely. There's not much happening here, from what I can tell. You got people in the middle that are moving back and forth, right, to kind of sell the believability of the movement and the believability of its living, breathing beach. But on the sides, I mean, you have some things moving, but to what extent, like, we don't know, right? because this is a very short little clip within the trailer. If I were to sit here for about 2 minutes and we see things that are just continuing to loop, well, then I don't know where the $2 billion went, but certainly didn't go into the NPCs. And that's going to have to be a big factor here. Now, obviously, the aspect of being able to talk to every one of these NPCs and them all having dialogue is fascinating. But if it's again as shallow as it is in Red Dead 2, is that really mind-blowing? The normies will think it's mind-blowing because the normies haven't played. You have to understand the sales for this game are going to be so astronomically high that a lot of people didn't play Red Dead 2. So, and that's great for Rockstar because they can just kind of copy and paste all of that crap from Red Dead 2 and throw it in here and call it a day. Because the normies didn't play Red Dead 2. Because the sales for this game within the first week are going to be crazy, okay? I mean, we're talking just insanity. The sales for this game, this is bringing gaming back. Regardless of quality and regardless of whether or not it's woke, this is going to be that game that brings back the massive gaming hype, right? It just will, because it's just, at this point, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you just saw that on the stream the other day. We had 1,000 people over it, and everyone had big numbers for the GTA stuff within the past few days, because that's how big of a thing this is. So regardless of quality, this is going to sell. Regardless of quality, this is going to be super, 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 super hype. But with that said, the normies, since, there's going to be a lot of casual gamers that get a PlayStation 5 to play this shit, right? Like, oh, I played GTA back in the day on PS2. I quit gaming. Now I'm back in. So they go out and buy a PS5 or an Xbox, and they play GTA 6, and this brings them back into gaming. This is going to be that moment for a lot of people. And a lot of people, compared to the numbers of this, Red Dead 2, it's a popular game. I'm not trying to. But most people won't know what's in that game. And you have an all-new generation of gamers now, right? Red Dead 2 came out 6-7 years ago, right? I mean, that game's almost a decade old. That's by the time this game comes out, it might be 2028 at this fucking point, which will make it 10 years. Imagine if they... Rockstar won't have every NPC have depth. They will standing just too many NPCs in a big city to make them super believable, but we won't really know until the game comes out. Okay, well, you can't sell the believability of the beach by just having NPCs stand around. Now, this could be a cutscene, this could be a mission, this could be something of, but we don't know. 1 million sales in the first month? Way more than that. What the fuck? This guy says 1 million sales in the first month. What? More like 5 or 10. Maybe more than that. How many PS5s are out there? 40 million PS5s? It's probably going to be 20 million sales in the first week or two. First month, anyway. This thing's going to be crazy. First million in the first month. I don't know what the hell you're smoking, bud. See, you guys come in here with this like really low when this game comes out. GTA 6 is going to sell more consoles. Imagine if the NPCs actually have insanity and depth. Rockstar has lost their mandate to heaven. Have no idea. Stay on the Prozac or whatever you're on, because holy fucking shit, you need it. You guys just come in here and say random shit, off-topic conversations, have nothing to do with what I'm saying. It's like, well, if you speak a different language, then, hola or whatever, but holy fucking shit. Can't help you. So there's just a lot of standing around here. And we, let's just be honest here. This is woke Rockstar. The beach is going to be censored, okay? So when you walk onto the beach in GTA 6, I'm going to assume it's going to be censored, because let's just the game's going to be censored. There's no way you're going to be able to go onto the beach and just have total freedom. That's not Rockstar Games in 2025. So, like you could in the old Vice City PS2 game, like you could just do whatever the fuck you wanted, right? Well, those are the games back in the day. They were made by a bunch of incels. Incels don't make video games anymore. They hire Hollywood people. They hire people that check off all the boxes so they don't, it doesn't affect their bottom line. Motherfucking ass, this shit's going to be censored. The whole beach, when you walk onto the beach in GTA 6, the whole gameplay is going to change just like it does in Red Dead 2 when you walk into an interior. You have to go through a specific set of things to do what you want to do in the game. It's ridiculous. It's garbage. They don't empower the player with freedom. They believe in censorship, and it's woke. Sorry, it is. It's woke. And if you guys are for it, then you're losers. You're just total losers. It's a fucking video game, and you guys get still stupid. Oh, I don't like my censorship in games. But then you'll defend this shit. Because I know this speech is going to be censored. Because if it's not, well, you're going to have that same old conversation pop up again, and it's going to be our video games too violent and all that crap, and it's just like I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Yep. Well, but here's the thing. You're going to have some people that are for it and say that this was a necessary change and that incels shouldn't be playing this game. And then you're going to have the old school GTA fans that missed that freedom and just that you could do whatever you wanted in this world, right? Well, you can't do that anymore. It's not hard to figure out. They've already censored interiors from GTA 5 forward. From GTA 5, so from 2013, they've been on this censorship thing. Oh, it's not censorship, Michael. And it's like, yes, it is. Because the game literally changes. How is that not censorship? They're manipulating the game and the way it's played for no reason other than censorship. You have to do this in order to do this. Well, in the old games, you didn't. So the beach will be censored. They're going to protect the beach. And you guys will defend it and say, "Oh, that's great." You'll just sit there and defend it. It's a GTA game, but you guys are going to defend the sense. I already know this. I already know that there's going to be two sides of this conversation. There's going to be the liberals, and there's going to be the woke people, and there's going to be the non-woke people, and it's going to be a massive clash regarding the censorship in this game, regarding the things that they've removed. I already know one thing that they've removed. I can tell you this right now. This is a different company than what it was. I don't care if you see the logo and you think it's Rockstar Games. Nope. I'm not going to get into what's gone, but I can already tell you. I will be blown. Let me just say this. I'll be blown away if they gave the player more freedom. I'll say this. It's a 10 out of 10 if they give the player complete, total freedom and just say, go fuck yourself. That's what we need from Rockstar Games. But it's not happening. No, it's not my job to sit out here and explain the meaning of woke. You guys have Google. You guys have AI. Go figure it out yourself. In Vice City, they took out the Confederate flag. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. How did they take out the Confederate flag in a game that can't be updated? Oh, you're talking about the definitive edition. Well, yeah. Okay, but that's what I said. From 2013 on, they've been censoring their own games. They've been censoring their own games. How is that not true? They've been censoring their own games. Copy and paste umbrellas taking away realism? Well, that could be like that in real life. I mean, I don't... I mean, I can give you a list of what's going to be probably taken out of the game. Obviously, I don't know, but if I had to guess, and we were to make an educated guess, I would say that there's many things that are not going to be in this game. But you guys can't handle this conversation. This is one of the lowest supported streams of all time. Jeez, where's the big support? It's the holiday season, you guys, because you guys are going out for New Year's. You can't wait to go out for New Year's and spend $200 to go see that concert to bring in 2025, by the way. Could never be me. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Got no support out here. It's getting colder, by the way. It's not getting warmer, right? We're not through winter yet. And by the time we are through winter, we're going to have the same conversation out here because Rockstar Games doesn't want to pull the curtain back on Trailer 2. And, when Trailer 2 does come out, we will have a better understanding of really where this game is at because we'll see the wokeism in Trailer 2, and it's just going to be much more than what you're seeing here on the screen. I'll say that. What will be taken out of the game? Use your brain and figure it out. I'm not going to sit out here and tell you what's going to be out of the game. If you guys can't figure it out, I don't know what to tell you. What's going to be taken out of the game, by the way. And if you come back over here to the strip club scene in the trailer, it doesn't look like that. There's leaked gameplay footage of the strip club. Now, granted, it's not final product. I understand that. But it looks nothing like this. So I don't know. I'm just being honest with you. If you type it in, GTA 6 leak, there's gameplay footage all over YouTube of this game, right? It's still up. So if you can find that strip club scene where Lucia's walking through the strip club, looks absolutely nothing like this. Now, I understand that is old footage and it should look a hell of a lot better. But if you want a reality check on this game, just look up that leaked footage. And it's real gameplay footage, by the way. Look up that leaked footage and come back to this, and it's just like, what are they selling us here? Like, that is not the game. You can see this exact strip club in the leaked footage. Now, again, the leaked footage is from years ago, and it's not finished. I understand that. But it's more of a reality-based look at the game than this. This is, I don't know, this is like a fucking cutscene. Like, this is what they show you, and then they cut back to the character, and then you walk through it, and then everything's going to be, like, glued. You kind of walk through this path. Like, what they're essentially showing you here is probably the mission stuff, because they like to build the stuff up for the missions. When you're playing the missions, they kind of build shit up to make it look a little bit more believable and sell it. Like, the first mission in GTA 5 rather, when you're in the cars with Franklin and Lamar, they have these like scripted moments where the cars do different things in the world to enhance the experience in the first mission. That's probably what this is going to be, where you're walking through the strip club. Now, if you come back to the strip club in the open world gameplay, and it doesn't look like this, well, then I don't know. The strip club has to look like this, right? Like, this has to be what the game is. And the leaked footage doesn't show that. Now, granted, the leaked footage isn't final build, and it's old footage. I understand that. But we're selling the believability of the nightlife. We're selling the believability of... And look at this copy and paste. I'm sorry, but no one's pointed it out. But the copy and paste of the three... So now we're copying and pasting the animations. We're copying and pasting the animations. It's utterly ridiculous, that I can tell you. We're copying and pasting the animations. We just saw these three NPCs walk like this on the beach. It's the exact same walk pattern. So now we're copying and pasting the NPCs. And where are they going? Are they going to the club? Are they going, do they have a destination? You know what I mean? I mean, what kind of game are we looking at here? It's a $2 billion game. Oh, my expectations are too high, by the way. Okay, well... I don't think they are. I'm just looking for a very forward-thinking open-world experience. And if we're not going to get that with the $2 billion budget and the best talented team in the world, right? That's what you guys love to believe, but it's a different Rockstar now. Then what game is going to provide this experience? Are we going to see anything like this in our lifetime? Well, maybe with the help of AI, but we have yet to see any AI games kind of bring that crap in a way that's like actually advertised and not just some like thing that they use behind the scenes. They should bring Watch Dogs back, and they should bring AI into Watch Dogs. That's how you put that franchise back on the map. But Ubisoft is apparently not doing great. But that's because they don't put out games. They stopped making games a few years ago, and they focused on the worst franchises that they have, the moneymaker ones, of course, and the worst that always sells. You had Assassin's Creed, and you have Far Cry. Far Cry has been terrible since Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 is the epitome of not what to do with the franchise, right? You normie it up. That's what they did in Far Cry 3. And everyone's got nostalgia for their... these boomers have nostalgia for PS3 games. Well, that's great. Far Cry 2 is a better, more mature game. Oh, no. You don't get it. When you look at the map in Far Cry 2, you look at the map in the game. The game doesn't pause. We can go on and on and on. But the point is that they normied it up for the casuals for Far Cry 3. They have all these flashy cutscenes, and they have that fucking hip-hop music that you guys love, right? And it's just like, how can you claim to be a gamer and like Far Cry 3? Oh, they got the big bad villain, and he's got charisma, by the way. Okay, but the game is trash. It's a massive downgrade from Far Cry 2 in every aspect. You can go watch the Chromecat video where he compares Far Cry 2 to 5. It's a total downgrade from every aspect. You're getting less, and you guys love it because it's got flash and pizzazz, and it's just a little bit more attractive for the normies and the casual audiences, the people that play Call of Duty and Madden. That's what you guys loved Far Cry 3, so they ruined that franchise. So it's been dead since Far Cry 3. They ruined it. Oh, but, that's when they introduced all the towers and all that. And where's Far Cry 7? Are they going to get that one out before they get bought? Far Cry 7, by the way. Why do we need another one? I mean, it's all the same crap with no innovation, no fucking path forward of anything. Those aren't the same NPCs. That's not what I said. I said they're doing the same walking animation as the other NPCs. Very similar. Maybe certain areas disable, like the strip club, but I don't think the beach. I disagree. This is woke Rockstar, bud. This is woke Rockstar. This isn't the same Rockstar as they were in the PS2 era. Where they just made games and no one sat there and fought against it and saying, "Oh yeah, you can't put that in the game because that's too violent," right? Or that's too offensive, right? This is a woke company now. Right? They've censored GTA 5 to hell and back. And by the way, PC gamers, make sure to back up your fucking version of GTA 5 right now, because when the new version comes out, if they do take the old one off the store, you'll have it, I suppose, but they're going to take out... That's what we love to see. Straight from Canada, homie. Woo!
Dulcet Peaks super chatted 10 Canadian dollars. If R ends up bringing back North Point Mall, it will still probably be lukewarm, no interaction allowed whatsoever.
Oh, hell no. Hell no, bud. Hell no. If they bring back the mall, and now what people are going to do, because if they do have a mall in this game, it's going to be, you know how it is, you're going to be able to walk in it, and it's going to be it's so immersive, we can look through the clothes, and it's so cool. Okay, that's great. But it ain't going to be like GTA Vice City. And then you're going to have all these people start complaining and saying, oh, wait a minute, it's, what happened to Rockstar? Well, Michael was out here in late 2024, early 2025, telling you that this game was censored, that this game was going... I'm going to be right on all of this. It's not hard to figure this out, folks. With the depth and realism that we have today, that's not allowed. It's not allowed, because I remember when that one video game trailer went viral, the body cam unrecord game or whatever that, which, by the way, that game doesn't even exist. Where's that game at? But that went super viral, and people that even said, like, well, I'm normally against censorship, but this is too realistic. We don't need this on the market because it's too realistic and it's too violent. And it's like, really? So we want photorealism, but when photorealism graphics become more achievable and it gets too realistic, now we have a problem with censorship. Now we have a problem. Really? So as long as the game is fake looking and as long as your brain can differentiate what's real and what's fake, it's okay, right? The graphics can't get too good, otherwise then we got to slap the censorship on it, right? Come on, let's just pick a fucking stance on that. Jesus. Oh, you're never getting another bully game. You're never getting another bully game. And if they do remaster GTA 4, they will censor things. If that ever happened, they would censor GTA 4. Why would you want that? You know what I mean? They'll take out certain things that were deemed offensive. Instead of putting a disclaimer on them and just leaving it intact, they have to go in and just muck it up. No, I think all the interiors are going to be like how they are. You can't. Have you guys played their games? Like, do you guys just watch videos on YouTube, or do you actually play the games? I can boot up Red Dead Redemption 2 and show you exactly what I'm talking about. I can boot up GTA 5 and show you exactly what I'm talking about. The censorship is very apparent. But because some big YouTuber didn't call it out, you guys don't have an opinion on it. Well, that's okay, because that doesn't mean it's not there. It is there. And it's been there since 2013 going forward. They've been censoring all of their games. You can't even... Oh. Don't even get me started. Just don't even get me started on it. The freedom that you had in Red Dead 1 compared to Red Dead 2 is crazy. Crazy. You know, it's just insanity. Not even GTA, but Red Dead 1. Red Dead 1, 2010 versus... So 8 years later, the whole game gets censored. You know, you move 15 feet away from the mission path, and it's over. Now, granted, I'm sure they do that in the first game too, but there's just other things, and I've shown it in videos. I mean, it's insane. Actually open world, but less things to do. So if the game can't be violent, right? If it just can't be that way anymore, then they're going to have to substitute with role-playing elements. That's where I think that this game could really shine, because that's what the Zoomers want, right? That's what this woke audience wants. They want role-play. They want to live in this virtual world instead of it being a video game. I mean, I don't know how to explain that, but that sort of correlates with what we were talking about. They don't want to have fun in the world. They want to live in it. I mean, that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. They want to live in this virtual world. They want to do different tasks within this virtual world. And that's where I think Rockstar could substitute the things that are not going to be in this game, more than likely. We're obviously speculating and surmising here. No one knows, okay? So I'm not saying this is locked in. In fact, this game could be the complete opposite, and I think that would be fucking amazing. I would commend them and say, holy fucking shit, they did it, right? But we don't know until we play the game. But with that said, based off of how they've you know, put out their games in the last over a decade, and the censorship that we've seen, it's just not great looking for this. It's not a good look for this game. Nico will never... Yeah, there's apparently a higher bitrate version of the trailer, but... Well, can you guys zoom in on that TV and let me know? Okay, here's the thing. They show a TV in the background here. If that TV doesn't move, if that's a J... When I play the game, if I see that TV in the game and it's a JPEG... We've already lost the plot. Like, you should be able to go into that room. I'm telling you, this game has to have everything. All of the interior... Look at Mafia 3. Look at what Mafia 3 did. You guys want to sit there and have your emotions high with Mafia 3, but just look at the gameplay loop and the amount of interiors that you can go into and that you can actually break into as Lincoln Clay. That's a very interesting mechanic that isn't really in other games. And that should be in here. And, you know, they show the club in here. It's like, well, what is it? What am I looking at here? Like, really, what am I looking at here? Is this a mission? Is this just showing the vibe of Vice City? I mean, what are we really looking at here? Or is this how it's going to be when you walk into it on free roam and you can dance? They bring back the dancing mini games. That's what we're talking about. Ray Chronic 420's coming through hard and strong.
Ray Chronic 420 has just tipped $15 through Super Chat. I voted for Kamala. She said she cares about me. She tried to make my games woke the way she thought it should be. We were desperate then to have another GTA game to hold, but woke is a long, long road.
Yeah, well, a lot of people that are playing this game probably did vote for Kamala, so they're down bad. And we know that Trump, we know that Rockstar, they said they didn't know how to release, they didn't know how to release a GTA under the Trump presidency. So I guess it's just going to be a long, long road for Rockstar Games because the outcome isn't what they probably wanted. They're very woke and progressive, and it shows in their products, and it's going to really show in this one. I'll tell you that. Ray Chronic 420 is coming through hard and strong. Let's get some thumbs up in the chat, folks. Ray Chronic 420 is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Look at the hair in the girl on the right in the club of that scene. Yeah, yeah, they got realistic physics. Okay, what the hell is going on here? They got realistic physics. Okay, let me go ahead and refresh this over here. Trailer 2 will be between January and May 2025, says Billy King. Well, we certainly hope to have an update between then, because if we don't, then the game ain't coming out in 2025. They're definitely that's the fun thing with this at this point, at least, is that there is a cutoff point. Like, you can't tell me that this game, like let's say for example May comes around and they still have no updates on GTA 6. There's absolutely, I mean, the likelihood of that, you know, the likelihood of this game coming out in 2025 is ridiculous. It's not happening if they wait that long. Vice City, by the way. Wait, go back here. If you guys have the new version of the trailer, it's like higher bitrate. Zoom in back here. Has anyone looked back here? I mean, it really does seem like the game is further along. And if that's the case, then where is Rockstar Games? Because, you know, I mean, I don't see any copy and pasting here back here. And you're not really supposed to look back here, right? I don't see much copying and pasting, and it all looks pretty varied. I mean, obviously it's a little bit blurry and hard to kind of make out fully, but you see what I'm saying? It's like this might be further along than we think, but if that's the case, or at least at one point it was, then where is this game as we head into 2025? Rockstar, when is the next Rockstar update? When do they get off holiday? After the New Year's? The week after New Year's? Jeez. I mean, it's ridiculous. Have you seen the side-by-side? Yeah, that's what I was talking about right now. Yeah, there's a higher bitrate version of the trailer, and more people are looking at it, and they're seeing more details. They're seeing more details. Where's the gameplay streams when you can support them? So let me know when you want to support the gameplay streams, and we'll come out and do them. But the last time we did a gameplay stream, you guys couldn't handle it. But now you guys are playing flip-flop on this too. The support today has been lackluster, to say the least. But we do appreciate the people that did come through. Now, there's a lot of standing around here. If you guys have that brand new version of the trailer, zoom in over here, because this is looking... What are these things next to the car? Dude, this looks like a PS1 game, bro. There's like no shadows or anything. You know, I think I just thought about this, and maybe this is, but really what should happen here in this game, since you're able to talk to every NPC, you should be able to follow them on social media. See, this is where this game could get very interesting very quickly. So we have the Red Dead Redemption 2 conversation system. What if there's an option, if you kind of build likeness, or you like, in Red Dead 2, when you there should be kind of an outcome instead of just like pointless conversation, right? Oh, hey, follow me on what is the social media called in GTA 5? Life Invader or something? I don't know what it's called. It's something stupid. But you should be able to follow NPCs on social media, and then you can look at their social media, and maybe there's a limit on how many people you can follow. So this would be sort of like the system in Watch Dogs Legion, where you can add them to your crew, and then that's how they're going to do this. They're going to copy Ubisoft yet again. They love to copy Ubisoft. Ubisoft is first to the table, always. They always present a unique idea. The execution is shit. That's okay though, because it lays it out there for other developers to kind of take it and get inspiration from it. So what that I think that's what they're going to do here. I think you're going to be able to follow random NPCs on social media. I think I really figured it out. I'm not even trolling. You know, let's say you can follow like 50 or 100 people on social media within the game, and we're talking offline, the fake social media, and you'll be able to see what they're filming, and that's how it's going to generate like this super detailed routine system for the NPCs. I think that's how they're going to have to do it. So basically, they're copying Watch Dogs Legion. They're basically copying Watch Dogs Legion. The only thing they're doing differently is that the NPCs are posting on social media. I honestly think that's what they're going to do here. Nintendo DS, Nintendo DS graphics. Well, this is the YouTube version. There's a new version of the trailer that's supposedly more detailed, and I bet if you zoomed in on that, well, it might look better actually. Who knows? Delays equal more expectations. DK2K7. That's exactly right. The delays are not a great thing for this game, to say the least. Oh, they have that in the South Park game, really? They have that in the South Park game where you can follow. I played that game, but we didn't play it for long because it's too much fantasy for me. If they just made a normal South Park game, I would have played it. But when they start introducing this fantasy shit, I don't want to play it. There was too much fantasy in it for me. They wanted to parody Skyrim and stuff, and it's just like or Final Fantasy. I'm not interested in fantasy games. I'm not. No, we're not doing JRPGs or fantasy. So when you make a South Park game and you mix it with fantasy, it's a big no for me. I'll play the N64 version, which has aliens that come down, and that's more in line with the actual show than fucking some like cringe video game thing. Like, no, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last driver game that came out, you could swap between every car in the game. I'm telling you, Ubisoft has great ideas. The execution just isn't, or they used to anyway. They don't make games anymore, though. They make 2 games now. They make 2 or 3 games now, and that's it. Because, that's what they decided to do, and that's, I guess, a smart decision. But did you play GTA 5? Rockstar's always copied Ubisoft. Exactly. Well, we're going to have to wrap this up soon, folks. But I think that's what this social media thing is. I mean, what else could it be? And I think that's how they could realistically implement it into the game. Like this right here. This is all social media crap. So if you follow General Custard Cannon, you'll see this. You'll see his social media feed. But you have to you're going to have to talk. It's like the system in Bully, I guess. You could look at Bully and say, yeah, you basically just take it from what they already have and just expand upon it in that way. I think I have it kind of figured out. And I think that's the smart way to do it, and I think that's an okay implementation of it. And really, what we're looking at here with the monster truck thing, I bet this is just like this is definitely a cutscene. That ain't like that's their intro video or something. And they have all of these dirt bikers going all, it's just like what are we doing here? So right here, Jason and Lucia, and presumably you're going to be able to come in here. What's over here? See, if you guys have the new version of the trailer, I don't know if it's new, but the hell is this? What are we looking at back here? I've never seen. Someone is coming through and saving the show. Reformat is in the building here today. Love to see it.
Reformat super chatted $5.
Oh Lord.
2027.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, if that. Dude, yeah, they can keep the game and they can shove it up their ass for 2027. I have no interest in this game if they hit 20. If it isn't coming until 2027. So presumably, when you go into the store here, you should be able to, if you're not on a mission like this, you should be able to kind of like pick things up like in Red Dead 2 and then take it to the counter. Well, in Red Dead 2, see, that's the problem with Red Dead 2. It's like it wants to be a realistic game. It kind of has an identity crisis. It wants to be a realistic game, and then it also wants to be a fantasy game. Because when you buy things in Red Dead 2, you don't take it up to the counter. Like, you just buy it right there. It's like, well, that, like, you look at an item, and then you just hold down whatever the button is, and you buy it there, and it's like, well, that doesn't. You have to go through the catalog to buy it at the counter. So it's like, are we going to half-ass that still? Like, when we look at an item in GTA 6, you should be able to take it up to the counter and scan it. And, the whole nine. Just go the whole extra. You have to expand upon what you already have. So you. Oh Lord. It's not woke, by the way. Oh, shit. I can't believe people are having that conversation last year with me. It's not woke, by the way. Well, I guess if you don't think it is, then I guess it ain't, but. The GTA 6 Collector's Edition, $1,000. Well, I think this will be the first GTA game that doesn't have a physical edition. I don't think that's in the card, especially if it gets delayed to 2026. There's not going to be a disc version. So you can throw that out the window. Her kicking the door is really cringe. Well, to be fair, she is closer to the door than Jason if we back the scene up. So we'll give it that. But Jason should be the muscle. But she wasn't. She is. You can see in the trailer before. They show the getaway. They show the getaway. This is the intro. And they thought they were smart with that. Like, oh yeah, we're going to show things out of sequence. But she is in the passenger seat, and she's closer to the door than Jason. So I'll say that about it. But he should be the stereotypical brute force kind of silent protagonist. I think they should have Lucia do all the talking, and Jason could be like the GTA 3 character. You should make GTA 6? Okay. Well, if Rockstar called, I mean, we would have some ideas for them to improve this game. But I would have to see where they're at right now with it. And maybe it's already where it needs to be. Maybe they don't need my help. My creator direction on this game. So we're going to wrap it up here in a little bit. So we're back into this tough conversation with GTA 6 again, since the hype has deflated, until someone comes up with a new theory, or until Rockstar decides to talk, which won't be anytime soon because they haven't made it. They haven't made it. Well, they made it clear that they don't have to talk about this game. They don't need to talk about this game. So why would that change? Why would that change? Because we're now suddenly in 2025. I mean, at a certain point, they have to either delay it or come out with something and say, hey, this is. You can't just drop the game out of nowhere, right? Like the game just can't be. That's not how that works. So if the game is coming in fall of 2025, we have that narrow window of when this game is coming. If that's not December, December's not in fall. We can throw that out. Maybe November is considered fall still. maybe early November, the latest, for when this game could potentially release if it does come out in 2025. So from maybe September to November. That's not 12 months. That's 11 months at most. So they have 11 months left. Less than a year. They have 11 months left at the max to talk about this game. Yeah, and they're nowhere to be found. Okay, the chat is totally dead. Hopefully tomorrow you guys can handle the GTA count because we're not stopped talking about this game. I don't care if the hype deflated. I was talking about it before the hype came. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it every single day. Don't care. If you don't like it, you're just, well, obviously you're going to let me know by not tuning in. That's fine. But if Rockstar is going to pull the curtain back soon, then we'll be there. We will be there. And who knows, maybe it does happen in early January. Maybe they're waiting for the new year to either delay the game or update it. But we're not going to stop talking about it because now we're in 2025. I mean, we talked about it pretty much the whole year in 2024 on and off. Well, the devs are on holiday. The devs are on holiday. They're not working on the game. And it's like, well, can you imagine? They know where they're at. They know where the game's at. You know, it's like, no hype, no news. That's okay. That's what we've been doing for the last year, so we'll continue. We only have 11 months left until this game potentially releases if it does come out in 2025, so that's not a long wait, really, honestly. 11 more months of talking about this for 150 viewers, that's fine with me. We'll do that. That's fine with me. Because I know the payoff will be pretty big, and I know once the game does come out, we'll have massive numbers, so there's nothing else to talk about anyway. You know, the Switch 2 might come out before this fucking game. That's crazy. They might talk next week. Microsoft will buy Take-Two. Rockstar Games. Catchphrase City in here. What if they updated the trailer and what if they updated this part of the trailer? Because I'm sure YouTube would let them like have this like special edit function where they could just kind of like re-upload the video. And they changed the fucking release date. It says coming 2026, but they never put out a new trailer. It's just like they quietly update this part of trailer 1. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? Pretty sure they actually because there's music videos that have been upscaled, but it's like, well, that didn't magically just happen. But it's the same video that was originally posted. So I don't know how it's like it's a special thing. Play the high-res trailer. Well, we'll take a look at the high-res trailer, and if I find anything, then we'll have something to talk about in the coming days. 1 day left for trailer 2. Coming in 2025, by the way. Well, they had nothing to show for 2024. They had nothing to show for 2024. GTA 6 on Switch 2. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Because this is going to be a baby game, right? they're going to censor the hell out of it, so they might as well put it on a Nintendo platform. Well, I already said you can go to the beach in Watch Dogs 2, and yeah, there's way less NPCs. It looks dead, but when you start walking around, they did a better job. I'd rather have less NPCs that look like they're actually inhabiting the space in a way that makes sense versus all of these NPCs that kind of just stand around. This isn't realistic to me. But the normies love this because they see all these people at the beach and they're like, holy shit, we can live our life in this game and have so much fun at the beach. It's going to be so realistic. But it's like, to me, this isn't realistic. This is just like you're copying and pasting and NPCs on the beach, and it's like, well, I'd rather have less NPCs but more quality, like more different animation sequences and things like that. Because what's going to happen over here when she's done getting the sunscreen on her? Like, are they? That's what I'm saying. Is this the loop? Because that's not. You know what I mean? He's spraying the suntan lotion spray. Okay, but what happens after, right? Does it just continue indefinitely, or do they move on from that? Because if they can't even figure that out, then the game's not detailed. I'm sorry. And, again, this could just be a mission. This could be an introduction. This could be just have no idea. But I will say someone's going to find this exact spot in the game when it comes out, day one, and they're going to compare it to the trailer, and it better look like this, at least somewhat. Now, obviously, I guarantee the NPCs are going to be cut down. There's no way. They ramped it up for the trailer. You know what they should do? They should show this again in trailer 2, but with even more NPCs. Wouldn't that? Then I would be impressed. I'd say, okay, well, if you're just going to keep showing more NPCs in these scenes, then shit. But honestly, I don't. I mean. Fortnite Simulator. That was crazy what you experienced in Watch Dogs 2. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just... Yeah, Watch Dogs 2 has a lot of what people are looking for, but they don't give that game a chance. It's got a lot of features that are interesting, to say the least. If I can't... That's what I'm saying. This could be a mission where you go to the beach or something and they spice it up for the mission, and then when you come back after the mission, it's probably going to be way less populated. They said they will have boundary-defining water physics. Water looks worse than GTA 5. That's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing the water. I'm not seeing any of that. Whoever came up with that bullshit rumor, I heard that Rockstar hired a whole team just to work on the water for this game. Now, that's obviously, well, we don't know, but I'm not seeing that in Trailer 1 at all. The water doesn't look especially great. And we're not seeing any NPCs swimming. We're not seeing any NPCs swimming at all. And it looks like there's almost a cutoff point. If you guys have the higher upscaled version of the trailer or whatever, the higher bitrate version of the trailer, it looks like there's no NPCs in the far. Now it's way too pixelated to really tell, but it looks like there's like a cutoff point. Like this might actually be fake. So we have all of this NPC stuff here, and then you come all the way back over here. And I mean, it's too hard to tell, but I'm not seeing any. It seems like there's a cutoff point. So this could literally be fake for the trailer. Like they just dropped a shitload of NPCs in here for this shot. And the Rockstar fanboys will just eat it up and say, holy shit, this is so amazing. They don't, they'll defend it and say, we don't need this many NPCs on the screen. Who cares about NPCs? All this fucking bullshit. But if you guys have the higher res version of the trailer, zoom in back here and maybe you can tell better. The trailer isn't gameplay, yeah. Well, and the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, I saw the downgrades immediately because they put out screenshots. They put out screenshots of the same place that they showed in the trailer. And I made a video on it back in like 2016, 2017, something like that. Probably 2017. I can't remember when. But many, many years ago, I made a video on Red Dead 2 before the game came out. And I noticed that the whole damn scene was downgraded from what they showed in the trailer. So Rockstar loves to do this. They love to play Ubisoft. And everyone just says Ubisoft sucks, but Rockstar's amazing when they've been kind of doing the same thing. If you look at that GTA 5 trailer, half of that shit's not even in the game to what it looks like in that trailer. It's not really, it's not a good representation of what was in the actual game. Like, there was a lot of vegetation, a lot of trees in GTA 5. They had hikers climbing the mountains and all that shit. It's like, all that's fake. And we're hoping with the technology that we have now and, you know, the SSD and all of that stuff, it's like, well, maybe they can finally make it happen here. Maybe they can finally make it happen here. In the distance, it looks like there's no people. That's what I was trying to say. And if you guys have the higher bitrate version, you might be able to tell. But it really does look like there's a cutoff point. There might be someone way back there, but I'm not. No, there might be people. I'm not sure. You would have to get the higher res version to really see, I guess. I don't know, folks, but you know we're just a few days away from 2025. We'll have to see if the hype train reassembles here for this game, because for a moment there, a few days ago, the hype train was back in action in full swing with this game. The big gaming outlets were reporting that there could be a trailer or two on the horizon and all that crap, and all the normies got excited and so hyped, And now we're back down to the deflate hype stage again, where it's like no one cares about this game, and it's just you have to wait until another wave. And that's either going to be a delay announcement, that's either going to be trailer 2, that's either going to be a new theory. I don't know what the fuck it's going to be, but it's just like there has to be at a certain point in time, especially now that we're in 2025, there has to be a breaking point for this game on what the fuck's going on with it. Like, I don't really even need trailer 2. It's like I've already seen enough garbage in this to kind of formulate that, I mean, we come back over here, though. We come back over here and, you zoom in and we zoom in over here. It looks like there's interiors. Now, if you can't go in that house, then why are they showing me the inside of it? That's what's going to insult my intelligence in this game. If it looks like you can go into it but you can't, then it's just a 0 out of 10 for me, because now they're insulting the intelligence, and it's just like, well, if I can see in the interior, I need to be able to go into it. It can't just be for show. Unless, I mean, I can understand a skyscraper or something, but when we're on the ground level here, if you can see inside of it, you should be able to go inside of it. Like, this is the mentality that they should have. This shouldn't be just some fake thing, but it looks like this guy's house, you can see inside. It's not, obviously boarded up. Well, that's great, but everything from San Andreas needs to return here in GTA 6. Everything that you could do in that game needs to return. Everything that's in Red Dead needs to come over to GTA as well. It's got to be the ultimate game. And I hope that Rockstar understands that, because you show me the interior of a house, we should be able to go inside of it. Knock on the door or something. I don't fucking know. There should be a knock on the door mechanic. Because in Red Dead 2 you can kick the doors open. Well, in GTA 6 they should have that as well, of course. But they should also have knock on the door mechanic. Just press circle to knock on the door or something. I don't know. You can do that in Shenmue. I can imagine the downgrade. This is all pre-rendered. Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up. It's getting utterly cold out here. After losing the Hausers, I have no faith in the company. Well, they still have Sam Hauser's still on board, but Dan Hauser's not there. And I've been talking about that. I don't know, some of you guys could be new, but I've been talking about that stuff for a long fucking time, all throughout the summer. You guys should have been here. I mean, if you are new, there might be a few people that are new. If you are new, we've been talking about all of these things for months and months and months. Yeah, that swimming pool back. Now, this is probably just a cutscene. Yeah, this is just like something you would watch on the social media, like an intro video or something. This isn't. That's all that is. Now, that says they're live. Who knows what the fuck? See, that's what's going to be interesting about trailer 2. Not the story of Jason and Lucia, but more of that social media shit to see what's going on there. Especially this Weasel News. You know, we saw the helicopter up in the air. Is that the Weasel News helicopter? That's Weasel News, ain't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the news helicopter, isn't it? So, hell, back in 2012, I was thinking that they actually had like the news. Kind of like in Watch Dogs 1, they would put you on the television and you would be on the news. Well, they should incorporate that mechanic. Dude, the fact that the Watch Dogs franchise has come and gone. It's been that long, homie. And this game is still not out. They have so many ideas that they can copy from, it's not even funny. The entire groundwork and framework is handed to them on a silver platter. Saints Row has come and gone. Watch Dogs has come and gone. They have so many ideas, they don't even have to think of any. You know, they can just choose and say, okay, this game, you know, they can look at both Watch Dogs games and get inspired and say, oh, look, we'll take that idea. And, you know, they don't have to come up with any ideas on their own. Weasel News should be an actual entity here. Weasel News should be an actual entity. It looks so real, it's scary. Blender, render, and cutscene all made in Blender. They made. Well, that was my initial reaction. If you go back and watch my initial reaction in 2013, I thought this shit was pre-rendered CGI, because that's how impressive it looked. But I don't know if it looks as impressive. I think a lot of the NPCs kind of look a little bit plasticky. So trailer 2 is going to have to really. I mean, you could tell it's a video game, like, you know, obviously. This scene right here, and this NPC over here, you know, if that guy's not really, the gas stations need to work in this game. I can't play this game and have another open world. How can you put a gas station in an open world, a game about cars, right? It's in the title of the game, Grand Theft Auto. So the car has to be the most important factor this time around. Oil changes, you know. The fuel mechanic has to be in the game. You should be able to get gas at the gas stations here. You can't. If I play this game, oh God, it's an insult to my intelligence when I go to the gas station in these open world games, and it's just for show. Like, what is this, a fucking fake ass movie set? Like, I just can't with that stuff. So, what this is implying is that there might be a gas mechanic in this game, which is needed. But other NPCs need to be filling up gas as well. We can't just have it where it's just the player going to the gas station and it services the player. That's an insult to my intelligence as well. Like, I need this world to feel real. I need this world to really really come together, and that's how they make it come together. Okay, well, we know this game is going to sell. No one is arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I already said earlier this game's going to sell 100 million in the first month or something crazy. Well, I don't know about that, but the game is going to make a lot of money. It doesn't matter about quality. Even if the game is great or bad or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's going to sell. That's why they don't have to try. They don't have competition anymore. They don't have to try. Duh. Saints Row doesn't exist anymore. There wasn't. When GTA 4 came out, there was Saints Row competition. Now, granted, the sales numbers weren't anything, but it was something that gamers could go to if they wanted the San Andreas flair, right? You want parachutes, you buy Saints Row. You want wacky fun, you buy Saints Row 2. That was the competition. They don't have competition anymore. They don't make open world games like this anymore. Crime games. Watch Dogs, that's dead. Saints Row, that's dead. It's done. So they don't have competition anymore. This is it. And online is the focus. Online is where the money comes in. So that's going to be the number one thing. I don't think the campaign as such is going to be forgotten about, but this is their bread and butter here. This is what put them on the map, and like this is the ultimate. This is their ultimate output. Like, let's just say that this is their ultimate output. And if it doesn't show in the final, hold on, in the higher bitrate version of the trailer, can we see the gas prices or no? Because it looks like they have like they have that one effect, chroma aberration or some bullshit on this, chromatic aberration or whatever it's called. We got more NPCs standing around. I'm not liking that standing around stuff. That reminds me way too much of GTA 5. If you play GTA 5, the NPCs are standing around in that game doing absolutely nothing. Every single gamer. When does the game come out? 2025. PUBG lets you fill up cars at gas pumps. That's well. So does Fortnite. And Mafia 2 as well. If this game doesn't have that, I'm turning it off. No, like dead ass, we're turning it off. We're turning it off. If I play this game and the gas stations are empty just like they are in every other open world game, and they don't even try and sell the believability, like I just can't. The car has to be like the horse in Red Dead 2. You have to maintain the horse in Red Dead 2 to get full performance and to bond with the horse. Now, the bonding thing, you have to maintain your car in this game in order to get full performance. Now, it's not going to be a necessary thing per se, but just think about the horse mechanics in Red Dead 2, and let's copy and paste that over here to a car in GTA and say, okay, oil change after however many hours of gameplay or however many hours of driving the car in the game. The gas mechanic, I think that could be a great situation. That could add a difficult level, essentially, because if you forget to fill up gas and you're on a big mission and you need to get out, like they show the liquor store, if you don't remember to fill up gas, this isn't a fantasy game, right? This isn't a fantasy game. It's not Final Fantasy. It's not Skyrim where you fucking get your magic wand, you poke it up your ass, and you say flipendo. No, this is fucking GTA, right? The car has to be the focus of this game this time around. The way you get into cars, the whole damn shebang. It has to be all reworked. And we don't need this trash driving like it was in GTA 5. The driving in GTA 5 was total garbage. Jesus Lord. The driving in GTA 5 is garbage. But they sold out to the normies because they knew that would make more money and it would be more accessible to the players. We saw all the leaks, the modifications you could do to your car. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know all about that, and that's what I'm saying. See, that would blow me away. But we don't know if that's going to be in the final game, right? That could be just the devs messing around. But I saw that. Yeah, you can change the car. You can change the fucking mirror of your car. You can change the seat positioning. But I don't know why that would really. I don't know how that would affect gameplay. I'm just thinking more on a surface level. It's like, okay, look at what they did in Red Dead 2. Look at how they treated the horse mechanics in Red Dead 2, and just apply that to a vehicle in GTA. And so you're talking instead of calming the horse down, you have to feed the car gas, right, or charge it if it's electric. Okay, there you go. And it's just the same health core system. That's what they're going to do. If they don't, then I don't know what we're doing. You're getting Red Dead 2 sort of detail and realism within this game this time around. So just look at the look at the foundation for Red Dead 2, and just think about how Rockstar could build off of that. And then I think that's where you could set your expectations. But if they don't have any of those mechanics, if all of that crap is just not there, then I don't know what we're doing. Because you could ask yourself, well, then why was it in Mafia 2? Why did Mafia 2 have the gas filling mechanics? What was that necessary for? Was it just for show? Was it just for immersion purposes? I mean, does that ever come into the gameplay aspect? I don't believe so. Maybe it does, but do you think a smaller, more detailed world is the way GTA needs to go in the future? Yeah, they should have did that here. But presumably this is, going to be a bigger map. But it's Rockstar, so if anybody can do it, I guess it's them. But we're going to have to wrap this up here. We'll go for another couple of minutes here, and then we're going to wrap it up, folks. The Fortnite generation isn't going to like that. Well, they should be used to it. You have to fill up cars in Fortnite. Do you guys not play Fortnite? Unless they change that. I remember playing Fortnite, and you can go to the gas station, and Warzone has that as well. Call of Duty Warzone, you have to fill up the gas. I mean, you don't actually get out and it's pretty simplistic, but it's still there. But that's because they don't want players driving around the cars and just spamming that. And I think this is They should add backpacks to hold more stuff. They are. There's going to be a duffel bag or the trunk. See, you got to get on the level of Red Dead 2. In Red Dead 2, the horse satchel or the saddle or whatever the hell, the thing on your horse, whatever it's called, the satchel, that's where you stored your weapons. Okay, well the trunk is going to be that. Everything in Red Dead 2 is your answer. It's your gateway to this game. So if it's in Red Dead 2, it's going to be in GTA 6, but it's going to be modified to fit within this game world instead of a Wild West game. So the trunk is going to be like the horse satchel in Red Dead 2, where you can store all your crap, or a duffel bag. It's going to be in the game. You can even go prone in this game. Now, if all of those things come to fruition, then it really does show that Rockstar is going above and beyond. And I've already said this. This could really exceed expectations. We have no idea what they're cooking. We do have some idea. And it's like, yeah, that car customization shit, if that makes it in the final game, the single player, fuck yeah, let's go. If that's the mindset and they kind of apply that to kind of almost everything in this game, then you're talking about a game that... You're talking, I mean, people are going to call off work on this day when this game comes out. It's going to have an impact on the economy because no one's going to show up to work. You guys you're underestimating this game. Because I know you 40-year-old neckbeards are going to call in work and you're going to say, well, I'm not going into work. We're going to take our days off on GTA 6 day so we can play this fucking game. We've been waiting for fucking over a decade for this game. So it's going to literally impact the economy. You don't understand. This is the biggest game of all time. This is the biggest piece of entertainment of all time. It's not an exaggeration. And by the time this comes out, it's going to be more accessible because more people have a PS5. The price of the PS5 might go down by then. Who the fuck knows? That's what I'm saying. 100% calling off work. That's what I'm saying. Well, some businesses might be closed that day. They might put a sign out front and says it's GTA 6 day, and then they can go viral on social media. So if you're really smart, you actually just close it down and just say, we let all of our workers have a fun day to play GTA 6, because that's going to be a viral thing on social media when the game comes out. You'll see pictures of like we're closed GTA 6 release day. PS5 Slim is already cheaper than Xbox. Manhunt 2 had more gameplay and NPCs was sold than Red Dead 2 or GTA 5 and 6 combined. What? Manhunt 2, by the way. Okay. Any Manhunt conversation? We're just going to get it up out of here. Manhunt, by the way. How many of you have actually played that game? Probably very few people. You have to be a boomer. Literally like 30-something plus years old to even know what the hell that game is. Why don't you go play Rockstar's Table Tennis? Hell, we might have to play that. Rockstar's Table Tennis, by the way. Rockstar just piggybacks all features from previous games into new ones. GTA 6 will be Red Dead Redemption 2 Plus in a modern setting. Well, and that's what I'm saying. So you just take a look at the horse, and you have to maintain the horse. Those things are coming over. You have to maintain your car. The new horse is the car in GTA. It's not going to be as streamlined as it once was, and maybe that's going to piss people off. But it was okay with Red Dead. Look at Red Dead 1 and look at Red Dead 2. Red Dead 1 is more arcadey. It's more of a video game than Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is obviously a video game, but it's more simulation kind of aspects to it. But it's not fully simulation because what the fuck's going on here? Because Manhunt's not available on modern consoles, so you can't play Manhunt on PS5. Well, maybe you can. No, maybe PS4 though, right? Do they have it as a PS2 client? I don't know. Because I know the Warriors game you can play on PS5, so they might have Manhunt. I'm not sure. I don't think they do though. I think that's Manhunt is overrated. I don't. So you're going to need oil changes here in this game. And in order to do that, you just go to there's probably going to be a garage right next to the gas station where you can go in and maintenance up your car. And they'll have the gas mechanic too. Those are the two things they're going to have definitely. So oil change mechanic and the gas. It's on the Xbox. Oh yeah, Xbox you can play, but not PlayStation. I don't think PlayStation you can. Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up, folks. Dude, in Watch Dogs 2, they have the fucking Bushman. Like, I'm sorry, but the game's better, right? They literally have an NPC that hides as a bush, and he scares NPCs in real time. Like, come on, bro. Like, this trailer doesn't have anything like that. When I saw that, I said, shut it down. Can't top it. They got the fucking Bushman. He dynamically scares NPCs. And you could just sit there and watch, and it's like, what in the hell? Like Rockstar could never, no fun allowed in a Rockstar game. All the NPCs just kind of stand around like, could never be me. Really just could never be me. And Watch Dogs 2 was made in how many years? 2 or 3 years? The first game came out in 2014, the sequel in 2016. That's a 2-year gap they had to make the game. Well, maybe less than that. That's fucking insanity. And they built an all-new map, beautiful map, San Francisco. Jeez. And they just took what they had and they improved upon it. And a lot of people say, well, it's not the right direction to take it, but it is what it is. It's San Francisco. So actually, it fits the game pretty well. It's set in San Francisco, not Chicago. Chicago's a little bit more gritty, right? Look at this. It's fucking gritty, right? It's gray, it's dark, right? Okay, it fits that storyline. So San Francisco is bright. It's vibrant. It's yeah. So it fits that story. They chose the location, and then they built the story around the location. I think that makes sense. Watch Dogs Legion. There's some interesting concepts to Watch Dogs Legion, but it's a depressing game to play. I don't know. I think it's the London setting, and it's just there is actually a lot of AI in that game too. A lot of procedural. It's an interesting game when you really look at how it was made and stuff like that, but I don't think the execution was there, and it's just not – there's no role-playing aspect. You can play as any NPC in Watch Dogs Legion. Okay, well, that's great, right? You can play as the grandma. You can play as literally anyone in the world for the most part. So – but the problem is that sometimes they don't have unique animations, or even if they do, the NPCs around you don't react realistically. If I'm playing a grandma and I'm doing something in the game that's outrageous, I need to react. So the reaction system from Watch Dogs 2 didn't come over. That would have sold it for me. But when you have sort of this like kind of role play aspect to it, and they don't go all in, it's ridiculous. Dennis is coming through. That's what we love to see. Final super chat. That's what we love to see. Dennis has got his thinking cap on,
10 euros
and he's coming through with the final super chat right here.
Again.
Great stream again. That's what we love. Appreciate that, bud. Dennis is coming through with the $10 super chat. Watch Dogs 2 is woke. Well, I hate to say, but I think this game's more woke. I think this game is more woke, but we'll have to see. Okay, folks, we're gonna wind this one down. I'll take a look at the higher bitrate trailer, and I'll see if I can find anything of note. Because maybe we can see the gas prices in that version of the trailer because it's a little blurry here. But I think there's an effect going on because it. You know what actually doesn't make sense. Okay, this is a vertical shot. You know what? Watch Dogs 2 does this better. Watch Dogs 2, you can pull your camera out, your phone camera out in the game, and when you walk around with it, it's so realistic looking. And guess what they did in Watch Dogs Legion? They have it in that game, but they have none of the effects to seal the deal that you're actually walking with a fucking phone that has no stabilization. If you have Watch Dogs 2, press the start button and open up the camera on the cell phone and just walk around. And if you zoom in, it gets really shaky and really realistic. And it's like, well, they've already failed here. Like, this is, why does this look, it just looks a little too, it doesn't look like it's, well, I guess these days the phones are better, but I don't know. Watch Dogs 2, by the way. Well, Ubisoft has already won. I mean, a 2016 game, Watch Dogs 2 is almost 10 years. It's almost a decade old. It came out almost 10 years ago. And they're gonna have to top it in terms of the believability of Vice City. I want it topped, and if they can't do that, then I don't know. Alrighty, folks, that is gonna do it. We're gonna wrap it up here. It is cold out here. The temperature has dropped tremendously, so we're gonna wrap it up right here. I think that's a good stopping point. 2-hour stream. But with that said, we will have to see. We're going to cover this all the way into the new year and just see how this plays out. Maybe Rockstar has something for us soon. Who knows? That would be fantastic, and I think that would excite a lot of people and instill confidence in this game releasing in 2025 because right now I think a lot of people are actually maybe getting on board with the 2026 release because they have nothing to show for, and we'll just have to see. We will have to see. So, with that said, that is going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And we will see you later. It's over.